students, in this video, we will review questions number 78 to 82 of the 2024 SHSAT Practice Exam, Form B. Grab a notebook and pencil, and let's get started. Number 78, if m and n are positive integers, how many of the 5 expressions above are equivalent to m times n? If variables intimidate you, we can go ahead and use actual numbers to help us understand the behavior of these expressions. So let m equal 2 and n equal 3. Let's take a look. M times n will be 2 times 3, which is positive 6. So the question is asking how many of the 5 expression will be equivalent to m times n, which in our example is positive 6. The first expression will be negative times 2 times 3, which is negative 6. The second example will be negative 2 times negative 3, which is positive 6. The third example will be the absolute value of 2 times 3, which is the absolute value of 6, which is 6. The third example will be the absolute value of negative 1, technically, times 2 times 3, which is equivalent to the absolute value of negative 6, which is 6. And the last expression would be the absolute value of negative 2 times negative 3, close absolute value. This is going to be equivalent to the absolute value of positive 6, which is 6. After taking a look at the expressions, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and the fifth one are all equivalent to positive 6. So answer choice H is the correct answer. If we take a look at the actual expressions just to evaluate what's going on, we know that a negative times a positive is going to give us a negative. So that's going to be different. A negative times a negative is always a positive. So that one makes sense. The absolute value of any number, whether positive or negative, is always positive. This is true for the fourth expression as well. The absolute value of a negative number is going to be positive, the same way the absolute value of a positive number is going to be positive. Same thing for this last expression. We have a negative times a negative is a positive inside the absolute value, but again, the absolute value of any number is going to be positive. So it does make sense that these 4 expressions are all equivalent to m times n. Let's continue. Number 79. A vendor is selling 10 packages of homemade fudge at a bake sale. The vendor weighed and labeled each package. The package weights are given in ounces. So here are our data points written right here. The vendor created a box plot of the package weights. Which box plot best represents the data? Anytime you are evaluating or organizing data into some sort of representation like a box and whisker plot, the first step is always to order the numbers from least to greatest. So let's set up our numbers. So here are our numbers organized from least to greatest. In a box and whisker plot, there are 5 key points we need to pay attention to. The smallest number in the data set is always written first. The largest number in the data set is always the last vertical line. The median of the entire data set is going to be the line right in the middle of the box. So let's see, since we have 10 numbers here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be the average of the 2 middle numbers here. So 4.6 plus 4.8 divided by 2 is going to be the median of the entire data set. That's 9.4 divided by 2, which is equivalent to 4.7. So we know that the line right in the middle needs to be positioned at 4.7. The first number here is the first quartile, which is the median of the first half of the data set. And we can see that the median of the first half of the data set is 3.9. And the third quartile, which is going to be to the right of the box, is the median of the second half of the data set, which in our case is 6.0. So let's see which one of these examples represents these 5 key data points. The smallest number is 3.5, so I'll be looking for that one first. This vertical line is not positioned at 3.5. It's more like 4.1, so A is definitely incorrect. This vertical line right here is positioned at 3.5, so B is a potential answer. C is also a potential answer because the first vertical line is right at 3.5, and D is also a potential answer. So far, we were able to eliminate choice A. Since the biggest number is 6.5, we're looking for the vertical line all the way to the right to be right at 6.5. So B looks accurate, so does C, and so does D. We went ahead and found the median of the entire data set by adding 4.6 plus 4.8 and dividing that sum by 2. We got 4.7. So we're looking for the vertical line in the middle of the box to be positioned at 4.7. For answer choice B, it's located at 4.5. So that is incorrect. For answer choice C, it is positioned at 4.7. So that looks like a potential answer. For answer choice D, the median is positioned at 5. So that's definitely incorrect. So by process of elimination, we're able to see that C is the correct answer. That was based on us identifying the smallest value in the data set at 3.5, the biggest number in the data set, which is 6.5, the median of the entire data set, which is 4.7. We also did find the first quartile. We didn't need to use that information to solve, but I want to confirm with you that this box and whisker plot is entirely accurate. We saw that the first quartile was 3.9. Notice this vertical line is positioned right here at 3.9. And the third quartile, which is 6.0, is also correctly drawn right above the 6. So C is definitely the correct answer. Number 80. Peaches made up what percentage of the total number of pieces of fruit sold at store XYZ according to the table above? There's a table here and it says fruit sold at store XYZ. The total is 50 and we're given the number of apples, bananas, cherries, and oranges that were sold. Let's add up what we have. 8 plus 12 is 20, plus 6 is 26, plus 6 is 32. So far, there were a total of 32 apples, bananas, cherries, and oranges. The remaining value will be 18. 32 plus 18 is 50. Peaches made up 18 out of 50 of the total number of pieces of fruit, and we need to convert this fraction into a percentage. Remember, percents is basically a number out of 100. So by multiplying this fraction by 2 over 2, we will end up with 36 over 100, which is equivalent to 36%. So the correct answer is choice G. Number 81. Each prism is made up of 9 congruent cubes. Each of the cubes has side lengths measuring 4 units. What is the volume in cubic units of the prism? Let's draw our cube. A cube is a 3D shape where all of the sides are equivalent. And the problem states that each of the cubes has a side length measuring 4 units. So the volume of one of these cubes is going to be length times width times height. But since all of the sides are equal, I actually prefer to use the formula volume equals side cubed. So we have 4 to the 3rd power, which is equivalent to 64 units cubed. The problem also states that the prism is made up of 9 congruent cubes. So there's 9 of these figures in the prism. So we can take 64 and multiply it by 9. 9 times 4 is 36, and 9 times 6 is 54, plus 3 is 57. So the total volume is 576 cubic units. The correct answer is choice D. Number 82. The town of Waterville covers an area of 50 square miles. In 2005, its population was 84,000. In 2006, its population had decreased so that the average population per square mile was equal to 1,500. What was the total decrease in population from 2005 to 2006? Let's start off with the information given in 2006. It says the population had decreased, so the average population per square mile was equal to 1,500. That means 1,500 people for each square mile. And there are 50 square miles. So let's use a proportion to determine the population in 2006. We can go ahead and cross multiply. We have X equals 1,500 times 50. That gives us 3 zeros over here, and then 15 times 5 is 75. So the population in 2006 was actually 75,000 people. The question is asking, what was the total decrease in population from 2005 to 2006? The population in 2005 was 84,000, and now it's 75,000. So the population went down by 9,000 people. The correct answer is choice G. If you learned something in this video, please go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.